Yeah, let's talk about it. Padres are continuing this 10-game road trip into the heat and humidity of Miami, and then they go to St. Louis. They're climbing back into the playoff race. Padres have a tough decision to make. Baseball sources have told me that Padre ownership has told him, A.J. Preller, you can't take on more contracts. The only way you can make a transaction is if you move a contract so you can take on a contract. That is not quite what we had hoped to hear after all these sellouts, but payroll is at $211 million. Right now, they owe about $4 to $5 million in a luxury tax payment already. If they were to take on more contracts, it would push them into a different level and the penalties get more severe. So the burning question is, do they need a hitting catcher? Do they have enough in left field? Are you satisfied with where they are on the health issues as it relates to the pitchers? And then the second question, who do you trade? If you're going to make a transaction, and if you're going to subscribe to either what Seidler or Eric Grupner told Preller that the payroll can't go up, who are you going to trade? Are you going to trade Robert Suarez, who's a walk free agent, can escape at the end of the season? Would you trade Cronenworth? Who are you going to move if you got to move a salary to take on a different type player and a different type salary? There's virtually nothing at AAA. There are pitchers, younger pitchers, most of them at Class A. You're not going to trade DeVries, the shortstop. They have now lost Ethan Salas for the entire season. He has now been ruled out. Not that he's re-injured the back, the stress fracture in the back. He's been in Arizona since April. He's just not doing baseball-related things, so the clock has run out on Ethan Salas. So what does AJ do with a payroll of $211, the fact that they owe almost $5 million on a luxury tax bill already, and if they're going to move, I can't see somebody giving you a player in the pennant race for somebody that's a Class A pitcher yet. Do you want to move anybody at Class A? So you tell me, what does Preller do, John?
Yeah, he's in a tough spot right now, and it's, if you're going to make a deal, maybe there's a way you can kind of trade bad contracts, and I know like Luis Robert is a guy that's underperformed, but that guy comes with a big, salary attached to it, right?
$15 million for the next 2+ years.
Yeah. And so,
he's hitting 190.
Yeah. So, I mean, to your point, if you traded Cronenworth, it creates another hole somewhere else. But I'll tell you what, that Jose Iglesias does give them quite a bit of flexibility in the infield. And so, you're not going to trade Machado. You're not going to trade Bogarts, although you'd love to trade Bogarts. But you could trade one of the three guys on the right side of the infield, which would be Arraez, Cronenworth, or Iglesias, so you want to, have two of those. Maybe the third one is the one that you deal.
Yeah, but the third one, the utility guy's not going to bring you very much in return. And why are you going to trade Arraez? He's a cornerstone to your batting order. Why would you do that? You're creating another hole.
Yeah, again, it is a shell game here. I mean, you said Ethan Salas is hurt, right?
He's gone for the year now.
Now gone for the year.
Yes.
So he can't trade him, and DeVries is like gold, right? Yes. So I don't know. I'll tell you what, if the pitchers are healthy and Darvish becomes what Darvish is supposed to be, and he seems like he's on track, Michael King comes back and is what he's supposed to be, I am not worried about the pitching at all. And all we need now is just the hitters to perform up to their historical levels. Cronenworth seems like he's come back.
And Sanders is hitting really well.
Yeah, really well. So there you have got to look at, okay, we need Tatis to be Tatis. We need Merrill to rise back up to last year's level or something close to it. And then you just need something out of left field in the catcher position. Bryce Johnson showed us a little bit, on Sunday.
Utility man, please.
He is a utility man, but you're going to need to find a surprise utility man that's going to be able to grab this opportunity by the throat and run with it.
Would you trade Cease?
Well, if let's just say hypothetically Cease wasn't involved, you would still have a starting rotation of Darvish, King potentially, and then you still got Pivetta, who's hella good right now.
10-2 good.
Yeah, and Vasquez has been surprising. Bergert has not been bad. I mean, you could get away with trading Cease.
That would probably bring you something of competence, even though Cease going somewhere else would be a part-time rental for whoever got him.
Well, yeah, because he's a free agent at the end of the year.
Exactly.
I don't think you can trade Suarez, though. I mean, I don't know if you'd get full value back for him because he's still kind of iffy. But I know he's got like a 4-year deal, but I think every year he has an opt-out.
He's not iffy as a pitcher. He might be iffy from a contractual standpoint. Dude's got 28 saves.
Well, but you see him in the All-Star game.
So it's a crap outing.
Still, we've seen that in certain Padre games when he doesn't have it. You're like, uh-oh, here we go. Just hang on tight. And every once in a while, he has one of those disaster games.
I think it's a bad message. It's a bad message to season ticket. If you trade Suarez, that's a really bad message.
But the good news is if you did trade Suarez, you got a lot of guys that could play do that ninth inning closer role.
Okay, I'm going to hold a timeout here because the longer you talk, the more upset you're going to make Padre fan with us on live stream. Okay, anybody got an opinion about what this guy said? He just said, if I read between the lines, he'd trade Suarez.
I'd consider it, yeah.
To get something in return, or he'd trade Cease to get something of quality in return, or he'd trade Arraez.
Yes.
You've been out in the sun too long.
Arraez, man, there's a lot of questions about his value because his WAR isn't very good. And he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. So, all these guys we have emotional connections to because we love them. But you got to be a poker player and you got to be able to move these assets.
You need to do this because the more you talk, the bigger hole you're digging for yourself with your credibility with Padre Fan. Padre Fan, Fans Forum chat box is open. Feel free. Pile in right now. You can pile on him.